Mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome to the film wrap up. I'm one of your hosts, the film fiend himself, and I'm with my boy, the one and only.
It's the rap nerd. What's going on, film?
Not much, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been a lovely time. You know what I mean? It's good to be alive. All these good films coming out and all that. How you though?
That's for sure. For sure, I can't complain, man. It looks like we finally about to hit movie season. All these films are coming out. The month what month are we in? April. Yeah, it's packed. Just
Yeah,
this
April.
week alone, I think I'm gonna watch like 3 or 4 films in the theater. So I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic.
What three?
I'm watching Everything Happening All at Once. The
Me too.
Fantastic Beast, Sonic, and
Yeah, I'm sure on that.
the Sonic joint, and there's this Sandra
That one too.
Bullock and Channing Tatum film that came out. I'm thinking about checking this out as well.
The Lost City.
Yeah. It got Brad Pitt in it, all of them.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live episode of the film wrap up. Like I said, I'm one of your hosts, the Film Fiend, and I'm with my boy on the film, the rap nerd. I'm about to call him the film rap. I don't
I
know
ain't the
what.
film. What are you talking about right now? Like you already know you better to be on some stuff this episode. Like what are
Listen,
you?
that was a legit accent. I didn't even mean to do that. But I want to thank all the listeners that are listening on the podcast. And if you're not watching live, we appreciate you as well. But if you got an opportunity to catch us live, that's definitely the best way to possibly do it. But today's episode is gonna be stacked. It's gonna be a fun one. We're gonna be talking Venom, and the reason we're talking
Yeah.
Venom is because Morbius came out and the Venom pretty much started this whole Venom verse, Sony verse, whatever these kids are calling it nowadays. And also we got some nice little sneak topics, films, and stuff like that to speak about. So yeah, man, for sure. And with all that being said, let's get straight to it. We're gonna hop on Venom first because I feel like it's only right that we start off with Venom. And this is not a review. This is just pretty much a little discussion on Venom itself. And what's your thoughts on Venom? Like, how do you feel about the Venom film and the fact it's pretty much started it all?
Um, I think the first Venom is it's not great,
Mhm.
but I don't think it's terrible. I think I had a fun time watching it. I can say that. It just to me it just felt kind of like one of the 2000s comic book movies, like the ones that you can think of, like Ghost Rider or what's another one? In the vein like the Punisher. Like it felt kind of like just from that era, and it ended up being more entertaining than I thought it would be. I kind of went in not knowing what to expect because I mean when you see Venom, you automatically think of Spider-Man, and the fact that he's not in this movie, you're kind of like, okay, he has a couple of stories, Lethal Protector, where he's Spider-Man's not involved, and what it was gonna say, I enjoyed it. I don't again I don't think it's a masterpiece in cinema, but I think it is. It was pretty cool to see the symbiote in a way better fashion than Spider-Man 3. Love that movie, but Lord have mercy, they got Venom wrong. So it was good just to see the character Venom as he was here, being brutal and huge and just pretty much just doing a whole bunch of stuff. So that aspect I liked. I think the good cop, not the good cop, the bud cop thing with Venom and Eddie was a good back and forth.
Right.
Made for some pretty. So it's pretty good art, and I really dug the horror aspects of it. So overall, I thought it was cool. Again, I don't. If somebody were to tell me this movie is terrible, I wouldn't be like, "You're wrong. This is ill."
Mhm.
But I just liked it. I don't think it's a masterpiece or it's great even. But yeah, that's just me. So I'll pass that off to you. What do you think? The first one.
Yeah, so Venom, it's a little. Before we I can continue, Phil. he said, "Why do you dislike Christopher Nolan so much?" That was directed to you, right?
Wait, what?
It's on screen. Philip said, "Why do you
See,
dislike?"
well, this is what we're gonna do. We'll get
Oh,
to that later after we get to the discussion because I want to keep it streamlined because
bad.
I gotta take you to court for I gotta take you for that because you did something the other day
Oh
that
God,
was
here we go.
crazy to me.
Here
So
we go. Look what you
we're going
started,
back to
Phil.
court later on. So
Bet. All right. So
no,
with that,
wait, Phil beat me to the punch though because I was gonna bring it up anyway.
all
So
right. With that being said, Venom, it was a bit strange to me. I think Venom and Morbius are very similar because when they first came out, the critic rhetoric around these films were horrible. I remember when did Venom come out? 2018. It was being discussed as one of the worst comic book movies to date, and it deterred me a little bit to even checking it out because I thought it was going to be bad. So I ended up watching Venom. I believe like 2 3 weeks after it came out, and I think I went to watch it for it was like $5. It's the only reason why I actually watched it, but I end up enjoying Venom to my surprise. To me, Venom is actually the best out of the three Sonyverse films we got. And what makes Venom work so well to me is the dynamic between Tom Hardy and the symbiote itself. I love the duality and the little banner they had between each other. And also, and I felt like when Venom actually showed up and he was like Venom, like in all its glory, I thought the film really took another level as far as action wise, starting from I believe the first action set that we really got with Venom was in the apartment when the squad came to get back the symbiote, and like from that on, that whole sequence was pretty good to my surprise. And as far as modern day comic book movies go, I really enjoyed it. They did great with the action, and it's not Venom's not a film that you're seeing anybody's top 10. It's certainly not at mine, but I think it did a pretty good job for a film that was pretty much counted out before it came out. No Spider Man. Venom somewhat looks like his character, but he's not. He doesn't have the symbol and stuff like that. And it was supposed to be rated R. It ended up being PG-13. But with all that being said, I really I enjoyed it for what it was. In my opinion, that's how I look at Venom. What about you? What you think
yeah,
about that?
so we both pretty much on the same page
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to Venom. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I don't. We both don't think it's like terrible, but it sure as hell, like I said, top 10 material. It's just it is, and I don't know. That's pretty much all I say about it. I can't, I can. The flowers I gave it are pretty much the same flowers you gave it. Action is
Mm-hmm.
good, and the banter was dope, but that's about it. If you want to poke holes in it, you can, but
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's is what it is.
Okay, yeah. So we pretty much feel the same about Venom. So, like, do you think the film, as far as like, does it do anything special or anything for it to stand out? Because it made a boatload of money. I believe it made well over 800 million.
Hmm. I mean, honestly, no. Like, it doesn't do anything special. It doesn't present anything that we haven't seen before. It
Okay.
doesn't do anything. It's just some stuff that we've seen before, just brought into today's time. You know, of course, with the advancement of technology and the VFX,
Hmm.
we could do things now that we couldn't back then. But
Okay.
no, it doesn't do anything to stand out from itself.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you think that?
No, I don't think it stands out, but I think it's weird. It felt like a fun, those old buddy cop films back in the what 80s, 90s. I felt like it had that banter and that vibe between Eddie Brock and Venom itself. And I don't think we've seen that aspect in comic book films done right. I think I could safely say that, but yeah, it had that aspect, but. yeah, Venom's not a film to me that's gonna blow your blow your mind or anything. And Henry says like Venom isn't a comic accurate, but it's popcorn type of movie. It's kind of fun and 7 out of 10, and I 100% agree with that. A 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10 is where I definitely would have Venom as well. So yeah, that's all I can say about it.
All right, so let's jump ship now to the real. Now we all know Morbius came out last week,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna say my thoughts first because I know you have a stronger take than I do.
Hmm.
So Morbius came out, and if you see my review, if you haven't, I'll just sum it up. I think Morbius is pretty much the same as the first Venom. Personally, I don't like it, but I don't think it's terrible as it's being out there, put out there. But it's just it doesn't move the needle in any type of way. But I found myself enjoying it for what it was. But I'm gonna just say that for myself because I don't want to build this thing up, knock it down. So I'm gonna hand it to you. What did you think about Venom? I mean, excuse me, Morbius.
Uh, yeah, I was highly disappointed to say the least, man. You saw my little quick out of theater video, and maybe I went a little too hard because I believe I quote it's the type of movie that could set the comic book genre back a decade or two. Maybe that was a bit extreme on my part. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. But the film as a whole, though, is terrible in my opinion. It's a real bad film, and I think Venom is light years above Morbius. And my main, and this might as well be a review on my aspect because I didn't even bother doing a review on my channel because what's the point? It's yeah, but yeah, Venom, not Venom. I'm talking about Morbius. Morbius to me, like it lacked any substance of a real film. Like stuff just started happening out of the blue, and they just in the studio and the director or whoever edited this film just like wanted you to go along with it, and I had issues with that. I felt like this film that was shot, there's a good film here somewhere, but it's clear that the studio edited this film heavily. It's a different film from what we got from the trailers because you see scenes in the trailers that are nowhere to be seen in here, and yeah, that's normal for certain like one or two, but it's complete like a whole minute out of a trailer of the trailer is nowhere to be seen in here, and you could tell by the tone of this film that it turned into a cash grab, a way to kind of link Spider-Man in. And what really frustrates me about this is we're in this predicament because of Sony's un unbuilt Sony's wanting to get this what is it Sinister Six off the bat with Amazing Spider-Man 2. That bombed. They had to share rights with the MCU, which leads to the Sonyverse. And yet, their third film, they're trying to do the exact same thing. So it shows, in my opinion, that they didn't learn anything, and that's really what frustrates me the most. And I felt like what's his name, Milo? Is that his name? Venom. I keep calling
Yeah.
him Venom. Yeah, Milo. I thought the Milo character they were leading to something not great but interesting, but it just fell flat at the end of the day to me because it turned into this goofy, over the top like character that like at some to the point like when you first meet Milo and a Morbius character as kids, it felt like they were building to something genuine and sweet, and then when you meet them when they're adults, they don't even seem like their counterparts. Completely did not like that aspect. The ending of this film, the film ended, and I was in my seat. I'm like, wait, is that it? Like, are we jumping into another scene? It just felt so abrupt. Like the pacing, the script, everything about this film is just horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Uh, this is me being light because I don't want to bash on this film because this film is receiving this weird rhetoric I mean, not this Reddit, this weird Discord that I didn't expect a film of Morbius stature to be getting because it's not Spider Man, it's not the Batman. I didn't think too many people knew who this character was, but all of a sudden everybody wants to say it's bad, this and so. Uh, that's pretty much what I got to say about it. That's my short little review on Morbius.
I mean,
I went light, man.
you want to say anymore?
Nah, man, that's all I had to get off my chest.
I mean, like you said,
Lastly,
you
this
didn't do
film was
any.
devoid of anything good. The end.
Yo,
Damn. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
this is what I
Shot
want to do.
shot.
Yeah, no, I think my joint is lagging. Is there a way that I could jump back in from another thing?
What do you mean?
Like how can I say it? Can I exit and then return?
Yeah, that it should still be the same link that I sent you.
All right, try some. My joint is crazy.
All right. Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, technical difficulties. So we will be
It
back. Okay. Here.
yeah, just keep talking. It won't take like a couple seconds, bro.
All right. Cool. Well, while you leave, I'll just
Error.
read. I read the comments on and yes. Let me know if you need another link because we got a boatload of comments. Let me start off. Where are we? Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta love it. Technical difficulties. It is me, solo, dolo. Yep, you're gonna have to deal with it for a little while. I don't know who's disappointed, who's happy about that, but let's read some comments. And let's see. What do we gotta say? What are the people saying? What's that? That's Phil. Yep. Philip, we got that. Rap nerd dislikes Christopher Nolan, which I highly agree with. Since he's not on screen, I'm gonna get it off my chest, and he's probably not gonna know about it. But yes, I believe he dislikes the Dark Knight trilogy. Yep, down inside, he dislikes it, and he knows it. He's in denial. Why? I don't know. I guess he doesn't like greatness. I suspected that about him. Greatness is not his forte. JK, I'm joking. Oh, he's back. You guys didn't hear anything.
All right, I'm back.
Hey man, what's up? Man? We were just talking about how how much we missed you and how much we miss your insight and stuff like that.
I've only been going for like 5 minutes. Chill out. You think you funny? You think you funny, dog? You guys are joking. You like playing games, huh? All right.
We were just having some deep heart to heart comments. Just like that, it's just me again. So I'm guessing he caught wind of me. Oh, he is back once again. Okay, we're playing Hopscotch in and out. And once again, I'd like to introduce to you my co-host, Robotic Man. I mean, Rap Nerd. Here we go.
Yo, watch your mouth, son. Like
Yeah, what do you mean?
You think you funny, dog? I don't appreciate all that you do. You think you funny?
Yeah, I gotta keep this lively, bro. We're live, just like when Chris Rock got slapped, he kept it going. I gotta keep it going.
I just told you it was only gonna be like 5 minutes, cuz.
All right, we good.
All right, now no lag or none of that.
He said, "Get my comment off the screen." Philip, that's the best comment I've seen all day. I had to show it some love.
Excuse me.
But let's see. Let me show some other people some love. What are the people saying? Okay. Boom. More comments. He says, "Do you feel like they forced too much humor into Venom?" Yes and no. I do feel like there's a lot of humor in Venom, but I felt like because it primarily dealt with Tom Hardy, who is a great actor, he was able to portray it in a way where it didn't feel too forced. It came off genuine because just the actor we're dealing with. Like any lesser of an actor probably wouldn't deliver some of those jokes as well as it could be. But some of it felt forced because there's nothing you could do about it. But as a whole, I think it worked for the most part. What do you
That,
feel?
sec- that second one
Hmm?
was OD though, bro. That second one was just too much though. I ain't gonna front.
I don't even, to be honest, I don't even remember this. Let There Be Carnage. It was in one and out the other. I
You
have
know
no
what's crazy?
inkling. Hmm.
Like when I first watched it, I actually kind of liked it.
Hmm.
Cause I guess I don't know. I think I was expecting it to be just really really bad. So I went in there just like, here, let's just get it over with. And then once I watched it again with my wife, I was like, man, this is not good. Like
Hmm.
it's just overly silly, and I'm just no thanks.
Yeah, yeah. That well, though, I think it was primarily meaning the first Venom. What do you think about the humor in that one?
Oh, the first one, I think I was cool with it because in the trailers they didn't sell it as being as humorous as it was. So I think like you said, I think it balanced nicely
Okay.
with Tom Hardy being able to deliver on the jokes and be funny and natural is the best thing. It all felt it felt more natural than it did in the second one.
Okay. Yep, I agree. Henry, yes, we do plan on talking about Moon Knight. It's unavoidable. So you stick a little longer. We'll be talking about that as well. And what else? What else? Before we get to more topics.
Oh yeah, I guess we can do Morbius now. I can talk a little bit more now that my stream is caught up and I actually can respond in real time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um,
Get it off your chest because I know you love it. I think you said it's right,
here you
right
go.
below, right below
Here,
the Batman for you this year, right? Yeah.
here you fucking go. Like this guy. I'm
But I,
sorry, everyone. If you're not of age, I do curse. So I mean, but this guy always does this, man. But anyway,
maybe I heard wrong. I'm sorry, bro.
you made me forget what I was about to say. Damn, what was I going to say? I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Fuck, what was it? About what I think you was talking about something about people claiming this movie to be bad or whatever. You said
Uh-huh.
something like that. And my whole thing about that is, it's because the same thing with Birds of Prey. I'm always okay if you know you think a movie is bad because you've seen it. Like if you saw the movie and you thought it wasn't good, hey, I get it. But there are a lot of people who are doing the same thing that I saw with Birds of Prey, who didn't even watch the movie and just calling it bad because it's a fun thing to do. And to me, that's trash. Like that to me is a bad way of doing it. And I feel like this movie is one of those things where it's fun to hop on the hate train. Unlike you, Phil, like you just went through a damn 5 minute rant about you know character choices that you didn't like. Because for me personally, in my review, I said this thing is riddled with issues. Like if you want to poke holes in it, you can. Like you said, the whole movie felt rushed. Like the relationship between Michael and Milo, you only get like 5 minutes worth of time with those two. So then you jump over to when they're adults, and you're kind of like, we're supposed to believe that they're this cool. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really work. Even with the girlfriend, it's like y'all don't really show that you and Michael had a relationship like that. So how are we supposed to buy this love
Yes.
story? It's kind of like I've never seen the love that's going on here. Um, and even with like Tyrese being a cop, like he seemed like he was just there to be there. He didn't need to be there. Um, so while all of that is true, I'm not saying none of that. But like if you've seen it, cool. But there's a lot of motherfuckers who haven't even seen the movie that I've spoken to and asked like,
Mhm.
well, what didn't you like? And they were just like, well, I didn't go see it because I heard it was bad. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like
Gotta form your own opinion.
like what are you talking about? Like
Mm.
because a lot of you, and you think about this, right? Film, you're like a real film dude. Like you know your shit.
I try.
No, I'm giving you credit, though, because you do. Like just speaking with you about movies and have the conversations we have, and I'm not to say like you're some aficionado that your word is end all be all, but
Mm-hmm.
you have an idea of what makes films good to you personally, and you can explain the broken pieces here and there, right?
Right.
But there are people who will say they don't like a movie, and then when you sit down and ask them, they're explaining things that happen in other movies that you gave a pass to.
Right.
And I get it, I'm ranting now, but I just think it's just this bullshit culture of just being able to dogpile just because you can, instead of being real with yourself about something.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is giving me BVS flashbacks. I can't front. Like, I'm getting BVS flashbacks of people just saying like, "Oh, this shit was trash," and dog, you didn't even watch the movie. Like, bro, I don't know if I said it on the podcast. I think I might have said it. I'm gonna say it again. I went to go see Batman vs Superman, and a dude slept the whole time, woke up and said it was trash.
Mm.
Come on.
And I guarantee you, the people that are saying this movie is bad, because I guarantee they didn't watch it. They just saw, because I believe the critic score came out before the film came out, and it was at like 19%. And it felt weird if like people were celebrating the fact that it was getting such terrible reviews, which is odd to me because it's not connected to any universe that's worth, like if Morbius does bad, it doesn't mean that we're gonna get a solo Spider-Man film or they're gonna correct course. This is only connected to Venom as of right now. So I'm perplexed. I really don't understand why so many people are disliking it or thrilled. I generally, I went in there. I was like so about it, and the most exciting thing about the film to me was the first half. Me trying to stay awake in the theater, bro. That was excitement. Like trying to battle sleep, bro. Is man. I dozed off for a few seconds and pop back up, man. That was the highlight for me as far as the film goes. But as for but let me not be overly negative because I've been terrible. 'Cause I went in here telling myself I wouldn't do that and I did it anyway. But as far as highlights, I have to say Jared Leto. Jared Leto didn't do bad in my opinion.
Oh
I
man.
thought he didn't do anything that blew my socks off or anything like that, but he wasn't over the top. He didn't overact. He was just, he was serviceable in my opinion. He came in, he did his job, and to my surprise, it was Matt Smith's character, Milo, that was really extreme. And I felt like if this film I could compare this film to the Suicide Squad that we got in 2016 because
Mhm.
I feel like this version is not the director's version, and this is not just speculation because like I believe you were saying Tyrese's character, like he felt useless. He didn't really have a purpose in the film. And then prior to this film came out, Tyrese shared a picture of his character that had this robotic or metallic arm, and he was like, "Wait till you see what this arm could do." In the movie,
A word?
yeah, I don't know. You never saw that?
Nah.
Yeah, it was before it came out. He was like, "Wait till you see what it could do." And
Wow.
mind you, not one scene did you even see that arm, right?
No, I
He
didn't know
had
that.
that
No.
coat the whole time, and also there are scenes in the trailer when he's talking to Morbius. He's like, "You're supposed to be healing or helping people and such like that. Like, what are you doing?" Like, he never had that conversation with him,
Yeah,
and
that part I didn't know. Yeah.
yeah, they had like it felt like their relationship. It was a duality where he knew that spoiler alert, obviously, that Morbius wasn't all bad, that he was being set up, but in the film, him were at odds the whole time, and I don't understand it because Venom 2 came out and you didn't and it felt like their own films, like the studio didn't really mess with them, and then Morbius for some reason comes out and it feels like they're trying their hardest to add the Sinister Six, and I'm like, what makes Morbius so special that you want to just I don't get it. I'm really confused as far as Sony's motives behind all this.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know.
Mhm.
I literally took this movie for face value. Like I feel like I was watching Ghost Rider. That's pretty much. That's
I
pretty
didn't.
much all. I know you did. Okay, I know. All right.
No, I'm saying Ghost Rider. I'm not a fan of Ghost Rider, and that's a real good comparison I saw you bring it up the other day. Yeah, me and Ghost Rider, we don't get along,
Yeah,
and yeah, I could put this film as a Ghost Rider type of film, definitely for
yeah.
sure.
That's 100% what it is to me. Like I put it in that field. And if you hate those movies, then you're not gonna like this. That's just how it is. Um, yeah. So, like I said, I was entertained by it, but at the same time, I'm not going to defend this movie at all. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not going to stand up on a hill taking bullets from Morbius because obviously there's a shit ton of problems that I'm not about to defend. But
Yeah. Yeah, the girlfriend Milo or rushed, and the villain was weak, says Henry. And yeah, 100%, man. And I felt like the villain aspect, bro. They really could have done something nice there. Like the seed was planted well early on the in the beginning of in the film, and yeah, they overwatered it, man. And I saw some people say they love the action or they liked the action, but to me, the action felt like a video game cutscene. And you know, like those video games when you jump in the air, it slows down. It's like press A B quick, and then it speeds up as soon as you get that. Those fight scenes were exactly like that, bro. Those were 2002 PS PlayStation One cutscenes, like to the T.
now you
So
100% right.
that's how I feel about it. That's my reasoning for disliking Morbius. And yeah, and it's gonna make. I won't be surprised if this gets a sequel because I believe this film was only made for 75 million and it made like
Yo,
84.
Darren, you stupid man. Like stop.
Wait, what happened?
It's coming.
Oh, oh god, this guy. What he says? All the scenes I filmed.
Uh,
Darren says all the scenes I filmed for Morbius were cut, so release the Darren cut.
he's
Darren,
stupid as hell, man.
you know, of course, he'll come in and inject some humor. All right, let's see what else
I'm
some people.
surprised he found. I'm surprised he found some time off of his 6 jobs.
I know, right? Damn, this man's a living vampire, bro. He don't sleep.
But
Um,
you know what? Last thing, I'm ready to go for Morbius because it's kind of like, I mean,
I was ready to get off before we even started this
yo,
stream.
come on, dog, like, come on, like
All right, I'm good.
you
I'm
gotta be
good.
more, you have to be more cordial than that, man.
I typically am because I've seen films like Uncharted. It was fun. It's nothing to go crazy about, but it did its job. But this film really irked me because we're literally in the predicament we're in right now with Spider-Man and his villains because they rushed to try to do Sinister Six, and then they do the exact same thing. Like it feels like history. Like we're damned to repeat history, and like this is perfect example of that, bro. Yeah, whatever, I guess. And should we even talk about the post credit scenes? Like, is there even
No,
anything? Yeah, okay.
no.
Yeah. So
Well, I gotta say, I know the world hated him. I just was more just like, I was just more intrigued and confused about what was going on. But I know some people were pissed. Like, I saw some people angry about, Henry said the action was different to see. He liked it too. Um,
what did he say?
he's talking about the action. Like personally, I didn't have a problem with the action just because okay, let me break it down.
Mm.
For me, this movie is one of those things that it's so bad that it's entertaining. I think that's where it comes from for me because it's like in like especially if you're somebody into horror like I am, seeing shit like this is like regular.
It had
Like,
horror elements. I will give it that. Yeah.
like there are a lot of horror movies that are like not good, but they're just in it. Like Piranha 3D is one of them. It's not a good movie, but it is definitely entertaining. But
Yeah,
to
I
get off of
definitely.
more, yeah. But I guess to get away from Morbius, I wanted to talk about a dude that I saw right on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, not famously, but amongst the group chat, me, you, and Darren, and I call myself the hater, right?
Right.
But when I say that, I don't really mean like I'm a bona fide hater. And I'm
Mhm.
gonna share a tweet that I saw. Right, a dude literally tweeted, "Wow, I can't believe it. Sony made a better film than the Batman with Morbius."
Stop it.
And
They
I know this dude's name and his at name, and it's just kind of like that's crazy to
they
me.
don't even believe that.
Like the hatred is real. And then when he got confronted about it, he went on his YouTube and made a video calling those people toxic. But in actuality, it's just that really is some hate shit, though. Like, come
It
on,
is.
like
You can't legitimately say Morbius was a better, even if you dislike the Batman, quality wise, there's no universe, multiverse where Morbius, I know film is suggesting that Morbius is better than the Batman. Come on, bro. Like, what are we doing now? Stop it. Stop.
I'm just saying that dude who did that, you gotta stop making us look crazy, fam.
Hmm.
Like I'm a Snyder fan myself. Everybody knows that I'm a huge Snyder fan, and it's shit like that that be making us look crazy when you say things like that. So like, please, please, please stop it. Like,
I'm sorry. I just came across this. Yo, Philip is hilarious. He said that you said that you like Morbius better than the Dark Knight.
okay, so now we on back. Let's get to this, right? All right. So we're off on Morbius now. You tweeted,
I
"I'm taking you
did.
to court. I'm taking you to court for this."
I
Phil,
tweeted.
okay, I'm gonna say it. Philip at first.
Uh huh.
It was a tweet about ranking your Alfreds.
Oh, okay, okay,
Philip
okay.
quote tweeted this and put his Alfred list on there, and you replied back, "Oh, Raggy, I thought this was the rap nerds list." So I get tagged. I'm like, okay, why am I the butt of the joke? And then you reply,
Hmm.
making me look like the dude that just said Morbius is better than the Batman. You replied saying that I'm the only person you know with disdain for the Dark Knight trilogy.
You sure I said that? Like,
Now, I want you to explain why you feel that way because you made me look really bad with that tweet.
all right. And all jokes aside, that's exactly what it was. It was jokes, bro. It was jokes because I know we have similar tastes as far as comic book films and even some general and some films we have similar tastes. But I do get a sense that you're holding back when you discuss the Dark Knight. Like you say you love it, I legit agree, and then you bring in your gripes. But as soon as the Batman comes out, you're like, oh, this is the Batman film I always wanted. This and the third. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And then you throw little slick remarks about, oh, Batman's fighting, such and such could have done better. Like you do these little underhand slick remarks towards the Dark Knight. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, I'll let that slide. And then I see another one. I'm like, oh, okay, uh, I'll let
What
that
do you?
slide.
Okay. All these. What have you seen? Tell me. Explain to me what you've seen. What have you seen for me say?
First of all, it's no. I see. That's my point. Is I feel like you there's stuff you want to say about the Dark Knight, but you know the consensus of it is like everybody loves it, so you're not as harsh as you could possibly be. But I want to premise this by saying that tweet that I sent under Philip's thing, that was all jokes. You know me, I'm a troll. I like to mess with you. I know I get a nice little reaction off the rap nerd with my little tweet, and it worked as planned. But I do feel though legit. I do feel like how you be telling me go off, and then I'll be like, maybe. I feel like there's stuff you're not saying about the Dark Knight. Am I correct or am I off base?
I think you're off base, bro.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like, and I'm gonna be transparent and clear, like, about it, honestly. come on, you know me enough to know that if I ain't fucking with something, like it is what it is. Like okay, my version of not fucking with something is if I go like
No,
you
no,
know
I'm
I
not
want to
saying
see
you're not
Quiet.
fucking. No, I'm not saying you're not fucking with. I'm just saying there's like maybe something that wasn't done up to par in your opinion. Not that you. I don't think you dislike. Look, I legit don't think you dislike the Dark Knight, or that you're like the dude that was saying because he legitimately like put that out there for people to think he felt that way about Morbius and the Batman. I don't. I'm gonna put this right. I don't think you hate the Dark Knight whatsoever. I just think like you're not being like going in as much as you really want to because you know the consensus of the Dark Knight. I don't think you dislike it though. I really don't.
All right, but I guess just to add to that though, honestly, right, bro, the reason why it sounds like I'm holding back talking about the Dark Knight is because I can't really say shit about the Dark Knight. Like that's the hard part about that movie because it's kind of like my issues kind of roll with like I've said it to you before. I think Batman is kind of the weakest thing about the Dark Knight.
Mhm.
Like I think he he gets overshadowed by a lot of other characters.
I'm glad you brought that in because I
Well,
have a counter.
hold on, wait, let me get my
All right,
thing off.
go on.
But I can't have that as a gripe because that was done by design.
Okay.
Like I can like if you watch the movie and just the way Christopher Nolan set stuff up, he did it on purpose. Like the
Mhm.
purpose was what the movie's not even about Batman, really. It's not about that. It's about a number of things about how you can turn something on its head. That the good versus evil. Like, what does that mean? Like the gray area of that, and how can it be changed depending on. There's a lot of things going on. So Batman really isn't the main thing about it. That's why I can't really be like. I can't really knock points off of it because for every gripe that I do have, which is not many, it's a step back because it's like it's meant to be that way. Even with the action, it's not meant to be an action-packed martial arts movie. It's not. It just isn't. Like even this fighting style was chosen that way for a reason. So even if I don't really care for it, hey, it's a thriller. It's a crime thriller. So it's not really made to be some, you know, action movies based off of heat more than it is anything. So that's why for me it's always like tiptoeing because for whatever one thing that I can say, it's
Mhm.
like I can't really say it because it's done by design and that's what makes the movie so perfect. You know what I mean? Like it's it's just yeah. And so that's kind of why it seems like I tiptoe because it's just I can't really say shit. I can't. One of the greatest movies of all time. I can't talk shit about it because there ain't nothing to talk shit
Okay.
about for real.
Mhm. So I've heard this sentiment that the Batman was either overshadowed in the Dark Knight or it wasn't like a true Batman film. And I agree and also disagree for the purpose that I believe it was clearly done on purpose by Nolan. Like the Batman Begins, and that was a complete. So everybody could admit that Batman Begins is a top tier, true Batman film. Correct? It borrows heavily from Batman Year One.
Yeah.
So what is Nolan gonna do with the second one? You already have your main protagonist completely fleshed out off one movie. Now you're introducing his number one nemesis, Joker, who's coming off one of the greatest actors of all time in Jack Nicholson's 89's Joker. So yeah,
Mhm.
you're gonna have to flesh him out, and also the actor that you had at the time, Heath Ledger, got a lot of shit for for being picked. So you had to put more focus on the Joker because your Batman he was already done and handled well because you look at all three of his films. First film focus on Batman. Second film focus on Joker. Third film focus on Bruce Wayne. All done on purpose. Like so, I felt like yeah, okay, maybe that's not. Maybe the Batman was overshadowed, but I still feel Batman Bruce Wayne did enough cool stuff in the film that any modern day film, say the Joker was taken out of it and we left the Batman exactly how he was, I think he would be getting praised. It's just that the Joker was just that phenomenal, in my opinion. And I still believe like he was doing some detective stuff in the Dark Knight. The bullet on the wall, getting the fingerprints off the bullet and all that, matching the casing, and like he did small little detective work and stuff like that that I believe doesn't get enough credit. Not from you, just from like general consensus, like because people are loving the Dark Knight. I mean the Dark Knight, the Batman, because how much detective work it did, and to the point that everybody just dismisses every other Batman. Like none of them ever did.
Everyone.
Uh, everyone, no, like this, almost everyone, a majority of them dismiss every other Batman. Like they didn't do any detective work in their films. In my opinion, that's how I feel.
But see, you saying what I said though.
Mm.
So that's what I'm saying. That right there is why I can't. Whatever gripes I do have, I can't I can't knock the Dark Knight for doing it because it was by design.
See, like
And
Henry just, sorry to cut you off. Henry said, "A rap nerd is speaking facts. Joker steals the movie. When I watch The Dark Knight, it's only for the Joker." And I see, I'm not trying to point you out, Henry, but yeah, like I see that said so much about the joke about the Dark Knight and stuff like that. Like some people use it as a way as a negative, which I don't really understand because you have a great protagonist, great and villain, so a win-win in my opinion.
okay, but the fact still remains that I don't have anything I want to go off. I would have called you and told you if I really had like some serious issues. Like I'm like, man, fuck this movie, man. Like trash.
Right.
But like honestly, got truth. Like the tiptoeing comes from not being really. No one found a way to make his movie bulletproof. Like even now, I enjoy the Batman more than Nolan. But more than Nolan, I enjoy the Batman more than the Dark Knight. But
There's
it's
nothing
still
wrong with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
well, yeah. But like the Dark Knight is still a bulletproof movie. Like
Hmm.
I can't really like because even when I get into the to the thing about like separating, I'm like okay, uh, as Batman movies or whatever, like it's still Dark Knight's still a great movie. So it's not I can't talk shit about that for a film, especially for what it did with the culture. I mean, the Dark Knight single handedly made people take these movies seriously. So
Okay. Well, Liz says I want to say Rap loves Dark Knight trilogy, but is in love with the Batman.
yeah, she's right.
Mhm. All right, yeah, I could respect that. And even somebody like Philip, who me and him, I would say we share similar tastes in films, and I think he just recently put the Dark Knight above, not the Dark Knight, the Batman above the Dark Knight, right? I think
Yeah, he
he like
did.
one and two. So, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with because the Batman is a great film. It's a phenomenal film. It's right underneath the Dark Knight to me. I personally don't think it surpassed the Dark Knight yet, in my opinion. But it's not like a wide margin in my opinion. So
But Batman 2?
yeah, if all works well, it's a possibility. It's not a given. It's a strong possibility, but we'll see. Fingers crossed.
All right, so handing off doing a little handoff from DC going to something else. Moon Knight. You didn't do a review for that, did you?
No, I can do. I'll probably do it for like the whole series as a whole.
Okay. I said the same thing. First
Mhm.
episode. What'd you think? Where you at with it?
Moon Knight, I love the first episode, bro. This is my favorite first episode out of any Disney Plus show, easily. Like not even remotely close. Better than Black Falcon and
Ooh,
and and Winter Soldier, and better than WandaVision. So as far as the first episode, it was great. Oscar Isaac, bro, god damn, woo, the caliber of acting, bro. This dude is nice, bro. That god damn, the way he's able to play multiple characters both in your head and like you see him in the mirror and stuff like that, and it feels like different people. It's not that he's just switching his voice. Mannerism is completely different. Like phenomenal. But yeah. Oh, but it was only one episode. I love where this is trending, but there's certain things that they're doing that in this first episode that they could only get away with in this first episode. And what I mean, maybe first two episodes max. Like I know Disney's afraid to show gore, blood, like real hard hitting violence, and they use this nice little technique, like when he switches into like another persona and stuff like that. They don't show anything. They just show the blood in the hand and him acting all frantic, like what happened and stuff like that. I'm like,
I
that's
hated that
cool.
shit.
Really?
Fucking
Do
hated
tell.
that.
Do tell. Now I wanna hear. Do tell.
God, I hated that. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess it could be because a lot of people don't know. You know, I'm into comic books and horror movies, but action is like a really big thing for me. But I just was like, hate is a strong word, but because I guess the first few times they did it, I was like, okay, I get where they're going, but I thought eventually it would get to a point where we would actually see what's going on.
Okay.
And I don't know. I didn't. Matter of fact, you continue, and I'll do my thoughts on it after that.
Yeah. So I don't hate it yet, but I'll be in your boat if by episode 3 or maybe even halfway episode 2. I don't know, depending what they plan on doing this episode. But if episode 3 they're still doing that, the gimmick is running a little bit too long because it makes sense because it's supposed to make us be like in his shoes, be as in confused, like what the hell's going on. I get that they're doing a great job at that, but there's only so long that you could do it until like I need to see what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
I need to see the hand-to-hand combat. I need to see how brutal of a fighter this guy is because after everything's done, you see everybody lay down on the floor like come on, bro. And I hope it's just not just Disney afraid to actually show like blood and stuff like that. Go all the way, bro. Like Moon Knight is that type of character that could, that's meant to be that violent. And if you were never ready to commit to, showing all that, then you should have never went with Moon Knight in the first place. You should have did Squirrel Girl or something like that, in my opinion. So,
I agree.
but everything else about the show, I don't think I have any complaints from the opening scene with Ethan Hawke. Oh my god, they got Ethan Hawke in the MCU. Like I love it, bro. Like the opening scene with him with the glass in his slippers and stuff like that. Whew, that made me feel uneasy. And then you cut into Oscar Isaac's, with his foot locked and on the bed with the sand around, so he doesn't leave it. You're like it makes you like, whoa, like what are we in store for? But yeah, I love the first episode. But I'll let you go in depth into what you think about it.
Yeah, to me personally, the first episode was a little disappointing. I'm not gonna front. And let me say disappointing. I don't think it was bad at all. Like because like I said, everything you said about Oscar Isaac being able to tap into two different sides of him, so I thought that was dope. Even Oscar being able to do that accent. Like I rarely hear Americans with the ability to do a British accent so well. So
I agree.
He gets points from that in general. But for me, the first episode just felt like the trailer, just with context. That's all it felt like.
That's exactly what it was.
Like it was literally the teaser with just the context added here and there. And I was expecting more than that. I was expecting to get more backstory than just what we got from the trailer. So when it ended, with Moon Knight walking towards the screen, I kind of was just like, "That's it." And what it does is it scares me because I just hope this doesn't end up being a show that by the end of the season we're gonna be like, it would have been better as a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know a lot of these, some shows could be like that, especially with some of these Marvel shows. You could have just made a movie and it would have probably been better. But that's what it was for me. And to your point about him zoning out and becoming the other person, and he comes back to himself and sees everybody laid out. The first few times I was like, okay, cool. But I thought at least one time we get to see what's happening. And the fact that we didn't, and then we just got the tease of him turning into Moon Knight at the last second, it just really let me down because I was just expecting, more. But the quality of the show, everything looks great. But it's just, I was expecting way more than just what I got for the trailer, honestly.
I could see that, but I kind of give them the pass, and I kind of like the fact that primarily everything we saw was from the trailer. That means the remaining 5 episodes should be something fresh, and that excites me. And what did Liz
That's a good point,
say?
too.
Yeah, she said, wasn't Disney supposed to have an R-rated section? Yeah, I believe they already have it because when I sign into my Disney Plus account, I have to verify some information, put a code so I guess it's able to unlock because they have Daredevil on there, which is that's pretty R-rated. God damn. That's in the vein I would have liked Moon Knight to be in, but I didn't really expect it.
And see, now that you say that, that's kind of, I guess, where the disappointment kind of comes from too, because even though I know they're not going to go balls to the wall like Daredevil, but I think I was expecting to have a similar feel of danger and all that kind of stuff, and threat from the jump. Because I mean, the first Daredevil episode from the start is just like holy shit, right. And I guess I was kind of expecting that, but like you said, to what you point on what you said, like hopefully that means that the other episodes are going to be extra fire because they're holding back in this first episode. So
exactly,
I'm hoping. I'm with you, and I'm hoping that's what we get then. But I ain't gonna lie, with Marvel, you just don't know.
I'm hoping because I'll be honest, like these Disney Plus shows have really, for the most part, left me underwhelmed. Minus, like to me, the best still to the date. I don't know how you feel. That's WandaVision for me. WandaVision has been is my favorite Disney Plus show, and then
Captain America. For you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the ending was and Captain America, Black Captain America, whatever you want to call him, Black Cap. Yeah, it was okay. It didn't live up to what I expected. They kind of dumbed down the Bucky character. Loki had some high points, some low points. Not even gonna touch Hawkeye. Yeah, I'll just skim right back that. And Henry said the first was kind of disappointed. I get it's the first episode, but I hope they put blood and gore now because it feels too PG. But after show, I don't care for any more projects except Doctor Strange. Blood and gore, I could let you know right now that's probably definitely not going to happen with yeah, that's not going to happen. So you're setting yourself up for a little bit disappointment there. But as far as I just want to see the fights, honestly, and really dive deep into the dualities and the personality and stuff like that. You do strong writing. Mm-hmm.
You know what kind of scares me too? It seems I watched like a few clips, random trailers, and it seems like they're giving his suit the Spider-Man treatment, or is it just me?
With the CGI and all of that?
Yeah. It seems like they're wrapping his suit in completely CGI.
It's completely CGI, without a doubt. Yep. Yeah, and, it's not practical at all. At least I didn't think so.
and I'm scared about that, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
But to be honest, though, I don't think we're gonna see much of him as Moon Knight. I think it's gonna be more of Oscar Isaac, like what we got in the first episode. I think it's gonna be more of Oscar Isaac because Oscar Isaac when he's in the Moon Knight outfit, he's covered head to toe.
yeah,
And like you have a big name like that, I'm sure they're gonna want to showcase it more, and plus it's gonna save some money and stuff like that. They will lose lots of fans, and the fans are old now. I'm not sure what that is referring to, but Disney's fans are not going anywhere. They're a monopoly at this point. So, and Philip says
there's
it
a lot of
concerns
men
me.
make money.
You stupid.
They do
Philip
it.
said it concerns me for other properties if they don't go dark with Moon Knight. Then what do you expect with Blade? That's an excellent, absolutely excellent point. I also up what do we expect from Deadpool as well because Deadpool is as R rated, different type of R rated, but yeah, I gave up hopes for Blade to be any type of R rated. I don't expect this Blade to be R rated, especially if you saw Eternals. And spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, post credit scene, he doesn't show up, but you hear his voice. But the fact that they associate him with that movie, which is the farthest thing from R rated, means like I assume the tone will be PG-13. So
It will be.
yeah, so Philip, I completely agree with you,
Blade gonna be
man.
cracking jokes.
Oh, what I come on now. Come on,
He gonna face the vampire and be like,
that's a mandate. The
maybe
only
you shoot the
thing
blood.
you're stupid. The only thing that kind of maybe that leaves me a little hope with Blade is the fact that it wasn't Feige that went to Mahershala Ali about it. Is he went to Feige about it? Like this was his idea and all of it. So maybe like he's basing it off him and him and Feige collaborated together to try to come up with a story. But listen, yo, I'm not ready to give up because he's a great actor and I love the Blade character. So hopefully, yeah, my
You know
hope is
damn well
punished.
Feige ain't letting ain't letting that least too far.
He gonna have to eventually because you can't keep doing the same thing. I mean, like, well, I guess if it ain't
But
broke,
I'm about to say, I mean, look where we at now. I mean, Marvel was
yeah,
in its 67th movie, and we still get the same type of stuff from them,
that's true.
and none of the fans complain. Like the fans just continue to be like, "Oh, this is the best shit ever." Oh, and they have no issues with anything. So I mean, as long as they're happy,
I
you know.
agree. And Henry says, "My hope is Punisher, but we will have to see. You're not gonna get the Punisher that you got from the Netflix show. That's a brutal Punisher. So
Punisher done. He ain't coming back.
yeah, he'll probably shoot acid guns or something like that. It probably won't even have bullets in it. Okay. And he goes, I don't know. All I know is it's going to be PG-13, and that's not going as good. It's not going past PG-13. And hot take. Oh, he got a hot take. Daredevil is great because the blood and gore. Without it, it would be a 7 out of 10, and I completely disagree.
Disagree.
100%. What makes Daredevil great is the writing. The writing, it's a real in-depth study of this Matt Murdock character. Like the blood and gore is an added. You know what? I've seen this. I'm not saying that you're the one that's saying it, Henry, because actually I did not see it from you. I've seen it from a lot of people. People seem to think that R-rated automatically means the quality is better, which is not the case. Just because something's R-rated doesn't mean it's guaranteed to be a better film. Because I heard like the consensus for the Batman being PG-13. Well, by some people, they're like, oh, it should be rated R, dumbing it down to PG-13, this and the third. But I don't think every property needs blood, gore, or has to be rated R. Like it's all about the writing and how you write these characters. That's what it comes down to the simplest form, in my opinion.
I'm actually surprised that Batman is PG-13 because that movie does not feel PG-13.
At
I don't know.
all.
I don't know how they got away with some of that stuff, man. Like first 10 minutes, happy fucking Halloween. I was like, whoa, wow, blood on the ground and shit. Like Jesus.
I say still to this date though, not one of these Disney Plus shows are better than Peacemaker in my opinion. So
No, they're not. It's not. Peacemaker was pretty damn good.
been more into HBO Max shows, Titans and Doom Patrol. I'm caught up on Titans. I've only seen the first season of Doom Patrol. I know I'm taking an L, and I actually really enjoy that show. I think the second season came out of nowhere. It came so quick. I completely missed it. But I plan to getting back into Doom Patrol. Do you watch Doom Patrol?
No,
Never seen an episode.
I've seen it before,
Okay. And other DC comic, yeah, I
but
can't agree with you with that
I'm
one.
and people love it, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about it. So I ain't even.
Deadpool's going to be rated R, but it has me worried. Yeah, they're gonna have the writer, the director who did Free Guy and the Henry Project, which I've seen both of these, and nothing that he's done shows me that he can make a rated R properties. He could make a fun movie, that's for sure. He could do that, and a fun action flick, yeah. But I don't know how he's gonna do in the Deadpool world. But yep, let's see
Right.
what. Hmm?
Um, ready to move up out of this comic book stuff, and get into
Yeah, one more thing before we
finish off.
go up. So Philip says I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge James Gunn fan, but he did a solid job with Peacemaker. Just gotta get through those few episodes. Oh, so you're not done yet? I think it's safe to say the show gets better, like with each
It does,
episode. Yeah,
definitely
so
does.
yeah, it's I really enjoyed. They nailed the ending episode, which to my surprise, a lot of these shows have trouble with because they try to cram too much. And Gunn knew exactly what he's doing. He knows his character in and out, and yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the last word. So what's up? What are we getting into next?
It's an old movie. I guess you could say it's old. Yeah, because it was last month. X.
Mhm.
Did you do a review for that?
I did it because I saw how it's trending. The people are not clicking for it, bro. I'm like, there's a lot of work. I put a lot of work like behind like reviews and stuff like that. It's time consuming. I'm like, I could do that review, probably get like 10, 15 views if I'm lucky. Or I could have just put my energy somewhere else, which ended up being the better choice. And it's not because of the quality of the film at all. It's just,
Let me,
people weren't
let
really checking for it.
me see. I did a review. Pretty sure
Yeah.
the reviews on that joint poor. But let me see.
It's a given, which is sad.
We got 34 views. Man, that ain't crazy.
Mhm.
But okay, so since you didn't do a review, what did you think about it? Because I was on Twitter
X,
talking bad about it. But what did you think?
I actually enjoyed it, man. It was it caught me by surprise because I heard good words about it, but I don't think I watched a full fledged like. I'm weird with my trailers. Like if it's
Yes, you
something
are.
big,
This
if it's
motherfucker only
something
watches
big,
one.
and that's I only watch one if it's a big film, like something like the Batman, or I gotta watch one or two trailers. But like something small like this, I'm like I could contain myself and I'll be surprised and watch it. So I didn't really watch X, and I was thrilled, man. It's what the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, whatever was a Netflix should have been. It's a a throwback, a homage to all these older '70s flick. Like we spoke about it. It felt
Mhm.
like the '70s Texas Chainsaw Massacre with the group with the van going to the old abandoned house and with the with the family inside of it. All that aspect was done, and it's not just that they copied those aspects. It's how it was shot, the tension that was built, the music, the cues, everything felt right, and it clicked. And not only that, another they also like multiple Friday the 13th films. I felt like they also followed as well. Like the first one, when we know Jason's mom's the killer. A lot of that movie is shot from what is that? Is that the third person's point? No, the POV. Like when you don't
Yeah.
see the person and they're walking around with the camera, they had a lot of those shots in this film. I'm like, okay, like and you being in the cabin, Phil, it gave you the vibe of the Friday the 13th, and also when the girl was in the water and you're cutting back to deep into the forest, I felt like I was gonna see Jason's silhouette right there, like just staring out and stuff like that. I really dug it. And what surprised me about this film is the subject matter. I felt like it had a lot to say. It wasn't just a straight, slash 'em up, cut 'em type of film. Like it dealt with aging. So, to my surprise, and it really, really that's to me that's the center stone, like the cornerstone of this film is aging and dealing with it. Like me, I recently just hit a milestone, of as far as age goes. I'm not too thrilled about it. I haven't been since I hit it, but I guess so. I could kind of relate where not to the extreme that she went to. So I could kind of see like aging. It could be a tough subject matter that not too many people discuss and talk about it. It's just, but I feel like they really dug deep into it, and I loved the aspect there. And the cast was pretty good. Kid Cudi, I wasn't expecting much from his character, and he was great. And yeah, I love the kills too. The kills were phenomenal. Very brutal, but not over. Like Rob Zombie has a way of his
Well,
kills
here you
just
go.
being.
Here you
I'm
go.
gonna be. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. His kills are
Here you
just
go.
like over the top, just to be over the top, just for the shock value. But I felt like these kills in this film made sense, like what you would expect from these people. So, would you? I'll let you go on. What you thought about X? Your spoiler.
You hit a lot of really good points, man. The movie had a lot to say, but with having a lot to say, I like that it wasn't heavy-handed with the message.
At all.
Like it's certain things that are thrown at you here and there, but it's never just like here, where you just kind of like, all right, chill out. You know what I mean? So I really, really dig that it had the message about aging. I think it
Yes.
speaks to sexuality and
Yeah.
specifically for women. I think that's important in this day and age for the world to realize, intimacy and how women view sex is just
Mhm.
as regular as how men view it. And I think that's one of the big things. Like I really love that moment in the movie when they're sitting down in the cabin and they're discussing.
Mm.
They're discussing. Um, I think it's Jenna's character. She's like, y'all don't feel bad, you don't feel bad for your girlfriend screwing this dude or him screwing her or whatever. And they're like, no, it's just sex, it's nothing more. And
Mm.
you just see that realization in her and Jenna, who's kind of like, oh wow. Even her boyfriend, they're like, oh wow, I didn't know that. And it's something that's only being seen from like that view is only seen from a male view, a male gaze. Like all dudes can just sleep with anybody and it's just like whatever. But women can do that too, and there's also nothing wrong with that. And I think that that's uncomfortable for a lot of people. So for them to put that in Front Street, I really dug that. And even intimacy with older people, like that kind of stuff happens. Not them killing people,
Right.
of course, but but they, that's still a thing for older people, and they struggle with that too. Wanting to get intimate. So I like those themes. I love that it's a throwback to like the '70s horror,
Loved it.
specifically Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like '74.
Mhm.
When like there are some shots that like I like pull straight from that movie. The
Yep.
cinematography is gorgeous. Ty West made a movie that actually feels like it was made in the '70s and not
Agreed.
trying to look like it was in the '70s. I think that's a huge difference when you can actually make a movie that felt like the time. He did it perfectly. The film grain he put on it, the color grading he put on it, the type of shots that he had, even the editing choices, like from scene to scene, like I feel like it all was done so tastefully, felt so authentic. So much so that if you were to show somebody who didn't know about this or any of the actors or whatever, they might actually think that it could be from that time period. And one of the things that I was worried about was how the horror elements and the sex were gonna like intertwine. Because I don't like shit like that. Like I don't like somebody screwing and all of a sudden it turns into some super sick shit. But the fact that they kind of kept them separate is what I liked. And again, it's just good old classic horror. Like Ty West chose to lean into the horror tropes and still surprise you when they happen. Like a lot of the kills you can see coming a mile away because he presents the setup early on in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So when it happens, you know what's going to happen, but you're still surprised because of how brutal it actually is, but it's still not over the top. Like, needless to say, man, damn near perfect horror movie, man. Like, I love the way it starts, how it starts in the aftermath of the situation, and you walk through the house and you see what happened.
Right.
So as you're watching the movie, you see certain things like, okay, I remember that. Oh, that's what that's for. Like, that's masterclass in horror. And then the fact that it's an original story just is even better for me as a horror writer and director myself. I'm just like, original joint, starting the IP is beautifully shot, the script works, the dialogue is good. Oh man, I love that movie though. Like
and it's sad though because it to bring up one of Liz's, she said she felt X was very low advertised. It had, what did she say? Felt X had very low advertisement. Yep. Yeah, so I agree with that as well because if you can see by the box office, it barely made any money, and which is sad.
yeah,
Like
11 million.
sad. And Philip says X was one hell of a horror movie. The themes of society views intimacy was well done. The young, attractive people are glamorized. When it comes down to the old people, it makes them feel more grotesque, which I definitely agree. 100%. Definitely agree. Yeah. X was a lot more than just your typical horror film, in my opinion. And it's a shame that not so many people see it or are gonna see it. But if you have not seen
It's gonna boom on streaming. I guarantee you.
I agree. And yeah,
that thing's gonna boom.
Yeah, if you haven't seen X, definitely recommend it. Definitely. And
Yeah.
Liz says she wants to see Uma. Have you seen Uma?
I want to see that too. I want to see that. I haven't got a chance to get around to seeing it, but
Yeah.
I want to see that this week sometime. I might watch it tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Yep. So, all right. Anything else before we get into the next and possibly last topic of the day?
No, I'm good. I'm straight.
All right. So we're gonna switch it. We'll call it the film wrap up, and we're called that. Do we have any more film topics? I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Cool.
But nothing that I can think of.
All right, so we're gonna switch it. We're gonna get to some music, ladies and gentlemen. We'll call the film wrap up for a reason. And yeah, this is a little bit of rap. One of the biggest artists in the rap game just dropped a drama tape, DJ Drama, and that's J. Cole and Dreamville, called D-Day. I know you just heard it. I slightly know a few of your thoughts about it, but let's hear it. What you think about it?
And J. Cole and Dreamville continue to show why they might be dominant over this industry. It might be the best squad out here, man, honestly. Because every song on this thing, it's like, look at the track list now. It's 15 records, and almost every song on this thing is just packed with so much like lyricism and like hard production. Like it's they didn't disappoint, man. Like I've listened to all of the Dreamville tapes, and they don't disappoint at all. Every single one, it's just phenomenal. And I will say, out of all of them, this one felt the actual most like a mixtape to me. Having drama on there, yelling his ass off. Having like freestyles on there with other people's beats. Having some songs that weren't mixed, as crisp as like an album cut. I really dug that. And all around, man, like Cole and the squad just bring it every time, dog. Like every member gets a moment to shine on here. That's what I really, really like. And they get moments to shine, which multiple moments on this album where everyone does their thing. and from top to bottom, even the singer, like Aria Lennox, she has 2 records on here that both slap. Like it just works, dog. It just works. Like I've been banging this thing since I listened to it, So I mean, my overall thoughts is I love it. It's easily it's right now. It's #1 is my favorite album of the year. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said, and I wasn't 100% sure how to feel about it because this pretty much came out of nowhere. I believe they said it was dropping the night before, and then it dropped, and then the first song started playing. It sounded a little different. It's not what I expected from Stick from Dreamville, and then Cole got on. Lord of mercy, God, just absolutely annihilated that verse. And yeah, from there on, like it's smooth selling. They got into their bag. What Dreamville, I wouldn't say makes conscious music. They just make real
Music
music.
with substance.
Exactly,
That's what it
exactly.
is.
Like it's not mumble rap, and all these artists are, that's what they do to stand out to me. Ari Lennox, like I love those 2 tracks from her, straight fire. But it's the one song I believe it's called "Starting Five." But
Uh,
with JID, who else is on there? No, that's not.
Kaz and Luke,
Yeah, no,
and
not.
when the beat changes, yeah, Luke's on
Yeah,
there.
is Luke the one at the end?
No, that's Omen at the
Omen,
end.
Omen. Oh my God, Omen absolutely murdered
Crushed it,
it, bro. Oh my,
crushed.
that's my standout verse, and maybe not standout verse, but it, it's Omen is nice, bro. That dude is nice. The features I could have done without. ASAP Ferg was cool. Two Chains was it was it was what it was. It was all right. J Cole was just a lyrical exercise, just seasoning
God flow,
like
just
seasoned, bro.
God flow. Like
Like you could see, like Cole's been in the game for a while. How old is he? 36, 37. Like around this time is when people start to fall a little bit. Like Drake's already fallen. Kendrick doesn't drop enough. Hasn't dropped enough music for him to fall, so he had a lot in the bag. Like around this time, Wayne was on the downfall. Like Wayne, like Eminem, I believe he was in even pulling down. Like just saying that rappers usually trend
decline.
downward. Yeah, at this, but always just he's sharp with it, man. He bodied it, and I absolutely love this album, man. I'd say easily my favorite this year as well because I don't think much came out this year, right?
Yeah, not nothing major.
Yeah.
Wasn't they put an album out, but I thought I didn't really like it like that.
What's that?
Benny the Butcher,
Yeah.
like it wasn't bad, but it just bored me to death. Like
Disappointed.
it's just boring. Like I don't like hearing him over the same type of shit that he always raps on, talking about the same shit that he always talks about, man. Like he's better than that, man. Like he needs to rap. He needs to get away from them same beats that he uses, yo. Like
Mm,
that's why that record he did with Hit Boy was so good because the beats are
mm,
different. Like the beats just pushes his pen differently than the shit he's used to, and the album was just more the same. But shoot, I got my favorite track on D Day. To jump back to this album, um, if I had to choose, man,
right?
shit.
That's another one I'm missing. Let me look at the track real quick. There's I forgot the name of it. I love seeing Reason pop up until because that's the second Greenville project he hopped on because he was on Revenge of the
The
one that
Dreamers,
yeah he was on there too. I love the collabs, man. I'm digging it.
APE. I'm gonna down in me. Yeah, that's my genre. I got fans Costa Rica, but
All right, let me try to. Where is it? Where are these?
my favorite might be Stick, dog. Like
Stick was hard.
that's like one of the hardest ways to open an album. And then you had Jid on there going crazy.
Freedom of speech. Ari
Oh,
Lennox, man, she is so. Oh my god, bro! Both her tracks were straight fire, bro.
have you heard her albums before?
Yeah, I saw her on concert. That's the first time I went to one of Cole's concerts a few years back, and that's
Her
like
album
well
slap.
before she nice, bro. She is nice.
Because what I like about Ari is she sings over a lot of beats that you can hear somebody rapping to,
Hmm.
and I just think her voice just matches it perfect. And then her voice is real vintage, like something from the '40s or something. So it's a cool meshing of sounds. So she's super dope.
Yeah, yeah. So starting five, Stick, were probably the highlights for me. And Ari Lennox, both her joints were fire. Let's see, Jazzy flows wasn't bad. Like the whole album was dope, man. I don't think
Yeah,
the track I sit back like this was terrible. And yes, I agree. Modern day Erica Badu,
a
a hundred
hundred percent,
percent,
a
a
hundred
hundred
percent. That
percent,
like
100%.
that is super spot on. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, dope album, man. Like I mean, you can go through the track list. Like even that freestyle Big Trouble with Kaz, like he was just going off. Like my man said
Cause is underrated.
that man said they faking numbers, touching streams. That's why it's fishy when they up the streams. He was talking that talk, man. Like
Yes, he was. I don't understand why he doesn't get. He's been a while. He's been around for a while. He had that one track. I'll never forget him and Cole.
Zendaya,
Oh my! No, not even Zendaya. It was way before that. I can send it to you if you haven't heard it. You know what? I'll look it up right now. Just
they got so much
oh
shit
by
together.
oh by the way, the modern day Erica Badu comment was from my beautiful, lovely wife. Just thought I throw that out there
Oh,
because
what's up, Miss Lil Fiend?
she as far as music, yeah, she got a nice ear to it. She always got to say something about my music tastes. But you
I
know
wish I could hit me a fly on the wall because I know if I cook you, I know she be serving you up
what?
on a hot plate.
Man, if only you knew. If only you knew, yo. Knock the
Ah,
Hustle. It's called Knock the Hustle.
oh yeah, I
That
see that.
tune is tough. You heard it before?
Nah, I don't recall.
Please do. Please do. If there's any homework, yeah, please do. And the wife says, "What's up, rap nerd?" She's well aware of the my partner in crime here. And yeah, so we are winding down to the end of the podcast.
Yo, she said she saw you like the hibachi grill, yo.
And you think I talk smack, bro? You think I'm bad? Oh Lord! When you meet her one day, because we definitely meeting up and gonna link for sure. Yeah, you'll see. I'm light work,
No,
bro, in comparison.
no, you'll see too, because I want y'all to meet my wife too.
Yes.
Uh, my beautiful wife. She we would have a time, yo.
If we was in like complete opposite, like what a Jersey and what you gonna call it, and Georgia, that's like complete opposites, bro.
I mean, but it's destined that we're gonna link. All right, you know what? Since we on here, everybody watching, it's crazy, right? I've had people. I don't know if you had people ask you this, but there's people that I know, um, outside of this community that we built, who'll be like, yo, where you met your man's from? Like y'all grew up, y'all was in high school or something? I was like, nah. And I was like, nah, I met something like 2020. No, what's 2020? What was that?
Yeah, that was 2020.
What's 2020?
No, yeah, 2020, the year everything hit. Yep, it was 20. No, it was 2019.
Yeah, it was
End of
19. Yeah,
2019,
yeah,
end
it's
of
2019.
2019. Yeah,
Yeah, and I was like, I met some 2019. It was like, really? It's like y'all sound like y'all knew each other for a while.
her.
So
Yeah,
for those who don't know, like, yeah, it's crazy how you can meet somebody, um,
that's
later on in your life, and
I
like
agree.
brothers. You know what I mean? Because I can see this man, my bro. I be calling this man by his real name. I ain't put it out there because I don't know if he wanted it out there.
No, I don't
But
care. It's cool. It is what it is.
but Yeah, like this is my dude for real. Like honestly,
100%. I
I
have
know
no brothers in real life. I have two sisters, but I 100% consider you a brother, my brother, yo. 100%. So
for
it's
sure. Like
crazy.
I always tell you, like if you know, it's just wild that you from Jersey and I was living there for like a year. Me and my
That's
wife were
crazy.
living there, so it's like one we gonna cross like for sure. Like
Oh, it's destined.
because you be cracking up when I tell you about the old spots in Jersey going on 80 West and over there off of West Orange and all that stuff. So I'm like,
That
you
always
know,
throws me off when I hear that.
oh yeah,
Always.
I know. So whether we come up there or if y'all take a trip down here, you know what I mean, we gonna, you
If
know what I mean.
everything worked out, that was the plan. And the wife says I'm not as bad as him. I promise. I could agree. She is telling facts. I am easily, easily. She's the better half, of course, and I know you could relate with that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So winding down, let's just what have you watched recently or listened to recently? Well,
That's
listened
what
to
I
we
say.
pretty much covered
You mean
that.
we bring that segment back?
Yeah.
What did I watch? I'm trying to keep it. You know what? Let me bring through my
I
joint.
the same thing. I got this right here. Watch I want to watch recently,
Matter of fact, you said you was about to pull mine out. What you been watching?
and I was watching your video too. Right before we started the stream of you watched, and I don't know. I still don't know how you managed to watch all those things in a year, bro. You don't make logical sense. I'll tell you that.
So in the movies.
Yeah, bro. All right. So the movies I saw, where it is? Boom, there we go. I saw obviously the Batman. Seeing Red was surprisingly fun, bro. I thoroughly enjoyed that film, and you could ask my wife, and she's probably gonna comment on that. That song,
You
bro.
mean Turning Red? You mean Turning Red?
Is it turning? Yeah, turning red. My fault. I said seeing red. What am I talking about? Turning
I thought you said you
red.
was mad or some shit.
Nah, no, that it was such a fun song, and I I was singing. What's I forgot, it's been a while. It's been a couple of weeks. I forgot the song that the
don't, bro. I know it. I know it, dog. I got it on my phone. I never met somebody
nobody like you. Woo. Greatest hits,
that
bro.
your body. It's true. Man, that
We
shit off the
talking about
chain.
Dream. We talking about Dreamville, but come on now, they had the hardest track of the
Bro,
year.
that might be the song of the year for me because like
I
that
agree,
song was
100%.
in my head for like weeks, yo. Like
There you go, banger,
Sean Money,
100%
my dude,
agree.
what's good, bro? That's my man's. Yo, that song, bro. Like, and then at the beginning when he's whispering, like whisper singing, I was like, this nigga is killing it, yo. Like,
But respect, Sean
damn.
Money.
Yeah, that's my boy right there. From city I grew up in. We still cool this day.
Okay, it's
That's
not
my
the
brother.
it's not. He was in the short that you shot, right? That's not him.
Yeah, he was in one of them. He was the dude that was jogging and took off running when Mike.
Oh yeah, that made the hilarious. That's like my
Yeah,
favorite scene from that short.
yeah, that's him.
That's funny.
Um,
That's
but
funny.
bro, that song is a freaking banger, yo. Like,
Agreed. And what else I saw? I saw two more films. I saw Deep Water, which is um Ben Affleck and what's her name? Why am I drawing a
yo, yo,
blank?
yo, how was that?
Damn, hold on. What's her name? And
And
damn,
I don't. I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try.
bruh, I know her name, but anyway, bruh, you're better off watching paint dry on the wall, bro. That movie is boring. It's
Yeah,
a
really.
wannabe, yeah, it's a wannabe fake. What's that? That Gone Girl, which none of the flair and none of the storytelling. It's frustrating because these characters that they write don't feel like real. Anna de Armas, there you go. Of course you would know. I told you the better half, bro.
Yeah,
And
she be clutch. We forgetting all
and
types of shit.
for real. But yeah, Deep Water was just yeah, It's on streaming, so it's definitely where I say definitely watch it because it's free. You don't gotta go anywhere. I believe it's on Hulu, but just watch it when you have absolutely nothing to do because yeah, it's nothing special. I saw damn, what did I watch last week? I literally watched a movie last week and I can't remember. Wow. I also saw Adam Project with Ryan Reynolds and yo, I enjoyed it. Adam Project, I really enjoyed it. I'm not even joking. It's the way that they fused futuristic like sci-fi with this hard-hitting action with a lot of surprising heart, bro. Into it is that's the only like Free Guy was fun. I think that was a little overblown because people were saying, "Oh, Free Guy was amazing." I'm like, Free Guy was cool. It was a fun watch.
I,
I
about to say,
enjoyed it.
I watched the other day. And I was just like, what's the big
It was
hoopla about
cool.
that?
Yeah, I don't understand why everybody loved it as much, but Adam Project, bro, that film was good, bro. I don't want to tell you any concepts about it. Oh, you don't have? Do you have Netflix?
I canceled my joint the other day.
No. Well, it's on Netflix, and it's I think it's worth a watch, man. It's last year. It reminds me of kind of what's that film that I recommended to you on Hulu that they go back in time and stuff like that. Mel Gibson was in it.
Oh, with
Damn.
my boy Frank in it.
Yeah.
What the hell's the name of that movie?
I forgot the name, but yeah, Adam Project is definitely worth the watch, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's yeah, they do a great job as fusing horror with action and sci-fi, man. Obviously, the third half was overblown CGI fest, which you know, yeah, it's a given, but they reel it in a little bit towards the end. Definitely enjoy it. Those are pretty much. And I watched the anime movie. I doubt anybody in here cares. It's called Jujutsu Kaisen. If you're into anime, hell yeah, I say watch it. But if you're not, then yeah,
Yeah, I saw your video. You got mad views on that joint.
yeah, I'm surprised.
Yo, I ain't
That's
lie. Bro, I typed that joint in and I was looking at it. I was like, I don't know what he's talking about right now.
sounded like I was speaking a whole different language.
Yeah, I was just like, what?
Because you know because the names like Japanese names, if you're not familiar with it, bro, it's hard to pronounce.
Well,
Well, for me
see,
at least, hard to pronounce and stuff
it's
like
not
that.
that part of it. It's not that part of it. It's just following the story and you talking about it. I was just like, what the hell
If
is
you
going on?
ever, oh, I think Liz knows about Jujutsu Kaisen. Yep. If you ever feel
Oh,
like,
Liz is an anime, like, she's the
yeah,
anime,
yeah,
like, for real.
agreed. Like I watch, bro. I watch anime year round. It's probably out of any medium, movie and TV. It's probably the thing I watch the most. Surprisingly, you look at me, you'd never ever think that. But if you ever consider or think about coming to watch, anime again, and you want something quick and easy to just like Jujutsu Kaisen is what I recommend. It's one full season and one movie. If you ever consider it, and I think you'll enjoy it, man. I really think you'll enjoy it.
I wouldn't doubt it because I was heavy in anime back in like the early 2000s when like the wave of anime hit hard. Like
Mm,
when DBZ first came to Tsunami, and then you could go get like
yes,
the
tonight,
subtitled
yo.
VHS tapes from like local comic book shops. Like I was in that still heavy, but I don't know what happened. I just stopped watching a lot of it. But
I was
anime is
watching
dope.
and it's
Like
fire, but it was weird. I was watching it back then, like Dragon Ball Z and stuff, Pokemon, not knowing that it's actually anime. I just thought it was cartoon
me
because I was a kid. It's not till
because to
later I'm
me,
like, mhm.
I better say just to me like anime caught me off guard because it was so different than like the American cartoons.
Yes,
I
that's
mean
it
like
exactly, bro.
anime is like animation cinematography. You know what I'm saying? Like just these beautiful images that I didn't even realize was a thing in animation. But yeah, animation. Hell, that influences my film style to this day. Like,
Oh, speaking of anime, Creed 3, Michael B. Jordan is a huge anime fan. and I don't know if you know that, but
Yeah.
also he's directing his first film, Creed 3. He's gonna be directing it, and he said he's like the fight scenes are gonna be dedicated or in style of anime. I don't know how that's gonna work because boxing, but they do have this popular boxing. I forgot Hippo something. I forgot the name, but I'm curious to see. Like I love when anime and like film is fused together because I felt like Shang-Chi had some of that. Even Eternals had some of that. And like damn, like Man of Steel, Dragon Ball Z had like I feel like when they're infused and done the right way, like you get the best out of it. And listeners, I think y'all would enjoy Everything Everywhere All at Once. I
You
cannot
see that already?
wait. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Have you seen it already, Liz?
I'm about to say because it was nowhere to be found with me. I mean, I got my tickets already, so I mean,
No,
I'm gonna see it.
I'm lucky because it came out 2 weeks ago in New York. I was too busy, and they opened up last week out here. But I'm extremely busy. But
You know
I
what?
got
You're
my
right.
tickets. I got my tickets.
Because it came out here, but it was like in Atlanta,
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
like downtown, and I was like, man, I can't just drive down there.
I'm not gonna do that. Let's talk podcast, which is our boy Phil. He said, we need. He said, I need to start watching anime. You do, man. You do. She said she
That
saw it
is
in the.
Phil. Darren, what's up?
Yeah,
Hey
man,
man,
that's Phil. Let's talk
I didn't put
podcast.
two and two. I didn't put two and two together until just now.
Big shout out to Phil. We've both been on his podcast
Oh yeah,
multiple times, man. Cool
Phil is the
dude.
homie for real.
Real cool dude. And in the draft house, are you talking about the theater draft house? I forgot it starts with an A. I've been dying to go to one of those things, primarily in LA. And they have none in Jersey as far as I know.
The trap house.
Yeah, it's called Alamo Draft House, I believe it's called. I've been dying. It's one of the best um theaters ever. And Liz says, along with Tokyo Revengers, Liz, I absolutely love Tokyo Revengers. I saw it last year, completely hooked. I can't wait for the second season. I mean, what a great anime. One season. Yeah, but before we turn this into an anime podcast, which is definitely not, winding down and yeah, anybody in the stream like has anything to say to us before we head out? And
Whoa, wait a minute. So I don't get a chance to tell you, but I watched, even though
you did it.
I did.
You know what? I apologize.
Damn,
We're just
son.
going
Like,
back and forth. I apologize, bro. Go on,
damn,
go on. The
son.
floor is yours.
Say you gonna do me, bro?
You're
Like,
100% right. I could have. My bad, bro. I talk too damn much.
man, you get told my anime, you just go off.
I do.
But let me do mine real quick so we can get out of here. We didn't have you on the stream for an hour and 40 minutes, so
Listen,
let me
that's
wrap this up.
quicker. The Batman was longer, so.
Oh yeah, it was. We was on it. I recently, I'm looking at my letterbox D. Today I watched Dark Water, which is not a good movie at
Dark
all.
Water. That sounds
I've seen it
familiar.
before, but it's a remake to a Japanese horror movie, and most American remakes to Japanese horror movies are terrible. So I watched that. Saturday I watched Death on the Nile.
Oh my God, you did not.
Yeah, I watched it.
What do you think?
I know you hated that. See, I remember your review, and you was going.
All I want to know is what you think about Gal Gadot's acting, bro. Or Gadot Gadot. I don't know how to.
I'm not gonna say nothing. No, yeah, movie was it was cool for what it was.
I liked it more than Morbius. That's for sure.
Yeah, like I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it, but I actually was entertained watching it. So yeah, it was cool. It was alright. This is April, so this is all the movies I've watched so far this month. It's not that many. I watched Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, I watched Jeepers Creepers 2.
Fire. Classic.
I watched Rush Hour 2.
Classic. God damn.
And I watched one of your new favorite movies, Morbius.
Nah, I knew that was coming eventually. I will never watch that film ever again.
You have so much passion.
Yeah, I'm passionate, right? In all the wrong ways. Passionate in all the wrong ways. And also, I forgot, we both seen actually Fresh. Yeah, it's called
Oh yeah, we
Fresh
did
as
watch that.
well. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, fun watch. Dealing with the subject matter that it's dealing with, I thought it would be a lot hard hitting and edgier than it was. I felt like the first half of the movie was a lot better than the middle part where it seemed to drag a bit. But the ending was it was a nice conclusion, I guess, to the film. But could have been better in my opinion. But Fresh is okay. And I'm being very vague because I feel like Fresh is if you don't know what it's about, it'll be interesting to like that aha moment. So if it's on Hulu, I believe. So if you
yeah.
got Hulu,
It's
check
worth
it
the
out.
watch if you have Hulu. I think it's worth the watch if you just kind of like
Definitely.
if you're into horror.
And Liz said I watched It Chapter
Your
Two.
favorite movie? Another one of your
Yo,
favorites?
this guy. I was just thinking, oh, because I did a review on my channel about not a review, quick video about it. I have this weird inkling to go. I want to watch it. Where is it? It's somewhere here. Do I have the second one or is it just the first one? But I want to watch it one so bad, bro. I might watch it
It's
this
that time of
week.
year because I
Is
think
it?
I think yeah, because I think the movie takes place during like spring. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you know what? That movie, man, that movie holds a special place in my heart. It
You know,
chapter one, that
you
is.
know what else? You know what else holds a special place in my heart? Check this out.
What's that? The Mummy? Is that a
Yes, sir.
VHS?
No.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, what is that? A collector's?
Yeah, collector's edition.
Oh, that's dope.
I bought this a while. That's both DVDs. I got the Blu-rays, but I just
I'm gonna hold a massive L, bro. One of my favorite films growing up, and I don't own it.
you need to hold an L for that. Like
Yeah, huge
all
L,
them
bro.
Blu-rays you set up there, and you ain't
And
got it.
that's only some of it because I got some down here as well that you that's out of camera too. So
Oh, I just found another one of your favorites, dog.
there we go. There we go.
Ooh.
Oh, this man got jokes. That's how it feels. That's how it feels when it's in the other end. I
Yeah,
got
that's how
you.
it feels. I had to
That
get I had to get one up on you because you do that to me all the damn time. So
I feel you. Yes, it is supposed to be a series. It's actually supposed to be a prequel series of it like before the events of the first movie. So like the 27 because that curse has been going on for 27 years. They're gonna dive into it and also
classic it is.
Pennywise's backstory and so I can't wait for it. It's gonna be on HBO Max. I'm thrilled, definitely thrilled. And the first Mummy is def a classic, 100%. I think the first two I
Yeah, I'm actually,
enjoyed.
I like the first two.
What's the
So,
third one? Is the third one the Scorpion King?
no, don't talk about that. No. You see the collection I have? This collection right here.
Uh huh.
It's only the first two.
Smart,
You see?
smart,
We
hundred
don't talk
percent.
about that third one.
Yeah.
I think me and my wife went to go see. Let me see. When did the Mummy 3 come out? Yeah, me and my wife went to go see the Mummy 3, and we walked out on that shit.
God damn.
It was just no.
100%. Scorpion King is that emoji. 100%. Phil is
Y'all
a
are
funny.
reckless on here, man.
Phil is hilarious, dude. He's a funny dude, bro. I like him. Yeah, so that is the end of the podcast. And before we go, does anybody have anything to say to us? And yeah, we held you hostage for almost 2 hours today, and I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Like I
Oh yeah.
said, anybody that's listening, thank you, appreciate it. The numbers are very nice, and if you by chance want to check it out, it's gonna be on YouTube on the film wrap up. This is the second stream having a blast doing this with my brother, the rap nerd. Couldn't be any more happier. This was the original goal from the start. I'll say right. This is what it was all trending towards, and
Oh
to
yeah.
see it, layout looks nice. Everything is coming together, man. It's progress. So yeah. And let's see. Rap was that about the CGI about no wait was that about the CGI complaint about No Way Home? Oh, did you say something about No Way Home?
Uh, did I say anything about No Way Home? Well, no. Hold on, because that's definitely a Marvel. um, no Way Home. Um, it's more so the first 40 minutes for me. That's just like it's a difficult time for me to get through. Um,
I gotta rewatch it. It's
Rewatch
out
it
on
again.
Blu-ray, right? Is it on Blu-ray?
It's not on VOD. Yeah, I think it'll
Okay.
be a Blu-ray maybe in a week or two.
That I gotta get
But
it.
yeah, No Way Home. Watching it this third time, I was just like,
Oh, you've seen it 3 times already.
yeah, I saw it twice in theaters.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the first few times I think the hype was still heavy, but I guess now with the hype not being there,
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to kind of just like watch it, like for what it is by myself. And yeah, that first 40 minutes, man, like that's all I'm gonna say.
I've been dying to rewatch that. I've been dying to rewatch that and the new Scream. So I'm gonna get both of these on Blu-ray and
Oh
pop
yeah,
them in.
classic.
Yeah, definitely. And the wife says a great show, much appreciated. And
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I definitely agree. And yeah, before we head out, uh, let them know where they can follow you, man. Where they can find you.
Oh, all right. The Rap Nerd JSO. You can see it down here somewhere. I think
Yes, let me hold on.
somewhere.
Hold on. I'm gonna get all this out of the way so everybody could see it. Boom.
Yeah,
And
I'm right there. You know what I mean?
yep.
Right there. And that's on everything: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Type that in, you'll find me. You know what I mean? So give me a follow. I'll follow back. And thank y'all for watching this, man. It's dope.
Entertaining stuff that hey, listen, if you're a Marvel fan, you're gonna have fun on his Twitter feed. I guarantee you. And yeah, me, you can simply follow me at Film Fiends. I kept it simple. And Twitter, IG, even Facebook, which I'm not on, but eventually. And I plan on doing getting on TikTok as well. Trying to hit all platforms at once. And the main place you can find me now is on YouTube. I'm dropping videos left and right. And March was the biggest month I've ever had on that platform. The numbers were crazy. I
That's dope.
was I was shocked, bro.
That's dope.
I was not expecting that, and I owe you because you was the one that was pushing me to do the visual looks and stuff like that. So definitely,
Goddamn
yeah.
right.
But yeah, the numbers are
Talk my
nice.
shit.
So yeah, subscribe on my YouTube, his YouTube. Great content. If you like what you hear there, get our personalities on there as well, man. And before we go out, let's the last few comments. This is Scream 6. I'm happy and hesitant at the same time because they're moving fast on it. It's coming out next year, and that scares me as far as writing goes. It's also Scream, so how in depth can you really get into writing? But I still feel that they should have waited some. I know it made some bread, but come on now.
I agree.
Phil said, "Rap nerd, you need to follow me back. I have a new Twitter account." Oh yeah, that's right. He got banned. What did he got? He got his old account got banned or suspended or something. I like it
I
too.
didn't know.
Phil is
I
a
was
character,
wondering.
bro.
I was
Phil
wondering
is
why
a
I see him.
yeah. And Phil said on TikTok, "Oh dang, you damn right. Oh dang, you can catch me on TikTok pretty soon. I'm not doing any dances though, so you can forget about that."
Not for nothing though. TikTok be getting some good views, yo.
That's
I
what
be
I
using it.
heard.
Like, I mean, that shit gets I'm gonna
Yeah,
send you a screenshot of some numbers of what I'm getting on there. Like,
really.
I'm
I
telling
didn't
you.
even know you had one and two. I think the other day you was telling me that. I was surprised, but yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. All I do is just post the same clips that I post on like a little minute clips or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I just repost them on TikTok. I mean, that shit goes crazy. Like that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the best avenue to get this out here. But once again, everybody that stopped by and said what's up, left a comment, much appreciated. You made this
Oh
show
yeah.
exciting. Yeah, this is the only way, honestly, to do this type of show, and appreciate it. Until you're gonna see a more steady schedule going forward. So we just have to iron out some kinks and stuff like that because like this is brand new. And once again, if you're listening, business as usual. And until next time, I'm the film fiend, and that's the
Rap
home of the
nerd.
rap nerd, and we are out.